Hello and welcome to this episode of No Blasters with me, Kieran Bartlett. Today's guest is boxing superstar Sean McComb. This
Like
guy,
that one.
I know it's good, isn't it? I'll come up with all different ones. Sometimes I'll go like superstar, and then other times it could be like hero or like Titan or something. Anyway, today's episode is sponsored by Manscaped.com. Very nearly, yep, Manscaped.com. Manscaped basically provides the very best in male below the belt grooming. If your below the belt area it looks like a fucking bit of Amazon rainforest and you think I'm going to go in there and deforest it, this is the way to do it, lads. You want to get the performance package you want to get, which comes with the Lawnmower 4.0, the Weed Whacker 2.0. Lawnmower is the zzz for your pubes, Weed Whackers for your nab and your ears. You can get all these different things now with it as well, where you can get like there's a hedger, which is like a beard trimmer in general. Fucking, you can do your head with it if you want. That's what I do. And there's the other one. What do you call that newish one? The wee baby one. That's like
Handyman.
the handyman. A wee travel, wee dirty one for your bake. And it's all the products are class. The ball deodorant is a lifesaver and a wife saver in many ways. You want to be sharing that bag with somebody, hand them a clean one. You know what I mean? Don't be handing out your old fucking smelly pee bag to somebody. And then you can also get the ball toner, which is just for wee spritz on the boys. Maybe you've been at work, but you're going out and you don't have time for a shower. Spritz them. It's for yourself. It's also, do you ever sit down and the waft happens? Do you ever waft? Maybe it's a fat guy thing, I don't know. But sometimes, here, I'll tell you what, you know what you don't want? You don't want to eat some mackerel in the morning and then not shower before going out and the waft. You don't want that. So get a wee spritz on with the ball toner. I highly recommend using Manscaped. Go over to their website. If you're going to buy stuff, use the code NOBLASTERS20. That's the word, all one word, NOBLASTERS and the number 20 for 20% off and free shipping over at manscaped.com. We love them. They love us. Today's episode also sponsored by Joxer. Joxer is a sensational restaurant. They have a location here in Hollywood. They have one in Bangor. They have one in Royal Hillsborough, right? This is a fantastic place. It's the home of chaffles. You go in, you get chicken, you get waffles, you get sriracha, you get maple stuff, you get a wee cinnamon butter. Tell you what else you get, a big smile on your face. It's a great time. Joxer is dog friendly. It's human friendly. They do coffees, teas, all like the barista bar stuff. They do cocktails. They open every day from 8 until 4, and then Thursday through Sunday they open from 5 until late. Use resdiary.com if you would like to book a table there. You go on the Resdiary, you type in Joxer, it asks you which one you want to go to. You pick a table, pick a time. It's class. Joxer loves us. We do. I'm going there today. I'm going to go and get a wee Caesar salad today. It's going to be a good time. I swear to God, that's what I'm getting. I'm not. I swear to God, I'm getting a Caesar salad. Comes out, it's stressed, do a wee egg on it and all. It's lovely. Go to Joxer. Last thing, check out our Patreon over at patreon.com/noblasters. From as little as £3 a month, you get access to all the previous material that we've put out. There's like 2 years of stuff on there now. So you get an episode of No Blasters Extra Time every Thursday, which is a full podcast, video podcast, and audio version if you want it. You get announcements, you get pre-gig sales. Like, see, for this Waterfront gig it's coming up, never mind the mock blame, Patreon pre-sale the day before general sale with a discount on the tickets. What else do you even want? Then you get Smells Bitchin', which is a cookery segment. You get Noodle Bar Stuff, which is a musical segment. It's fucking great. We're doing live streams now. EAFC 24. We come in here, it'll be me, 4 other idiots sometimes, and we'll play FIFA and just talk shit for an hour and a half. It's brilliant. All the specials go straight on there as well. So all the comedy specials we've done, all the big shows are on there at patreon.com/noblasters. Now, let's get stuck in this episode. We were just talking there. I wanted to tell you a wee tale. So last night, I went to see Miriam Margolyes in the Waterfront Hall. Now, there's a whole story of woe behind this because Chloe loves Miriam, right? And so do I. But Chloe really loves her and I sort of just like her, right? But it was a great time. But what happened was I got Chloe tickets to see her in Dublin before I knew she was playing in Belfast. And I was like, I really want to drive the fucking Dublin when I could have just seen her on the waterfront. So I pulled a move, right? And I said to my management here, sort me a wee waterfront ticket and I'll get rid of these other ones, right? And I thought I'll sell them back to Ticketmaster, but I left this move too late, so I just ended up giving them to a patron, but anyway, for free, because I'm fucking sound. But anyway, went to see her on the waterfront. It was brilliant, right? And she was really, really funny. And the guy interviewing her, an actor from here called Frafi, was really good and can sing like fuck, by the way. He sang a wee song and all. It was brilliant. So anyway, what a lovely time. We realised, this was on Halloween night, we realised when we were walking over the waterfront that St. George's Market was open. So I thought, let's go and have a wee Halloween down around there, right? Chloe had never really been to it before. I've been to it for work purposes, and I like it, but I haven't been. And to be fair, the last time we went for work stuff, it was like on a Friday, I think, and it was really busy during the day, and it was like, I got fucking ruined at it, right? Like, I'm trying to film a thing. I know I sound like a knob, but it was like, I'm trying to film stuff, and like, anytime I go to speak, people are like, Wanker, in the background, or like, Bunter. So like, it was weird. Anyway, what a lovely time walking around. But when we got there was a guy on the door. Now, they were charging in £1 on the door, because it's like a charity thing. Guy goes, £1 in for charity. And I'm going, you could also just be a guy saying that, but whatever. And I went, yeah, no problem. Now, I never have cash on me. Like, I hate it. But I did have a stray tenner. The only places that I go to that you have to pay cash are the barbers and the Chinese. So, if I have cash on me, I'm going to one of them. And I cut my own hair. So, I'm going to the Chinese, right? Aye.
He pays himself. He just pays himself.
Can I have a chow mein, please? Right? So I had a stray tenner on me from the other day. And I went, Chloe goes, if you cash? And I went, fucking like, so I looked at my wallet. And all the wee fucking butterflies flew out of it. And then I went, no. And I found this tenner. I went, fucking right. And I go, yep, there you go. Go to hand the guy a tenner. And in my head, I'm thinking, take 5, mate. It's for charity, right? And he looks at me. I hand him a tenner. And he goes, I went, give me my change, you fucking rat, right? That's how it works. I give you more than it costs. You give me back the difference, right? He has one of them wee lock boxes in front of him, filled with money, by the way, from the thousands of people who have been in, right? I mean, this guy was an absolute robbery target. Like, I actually, for a split second, considered robbing him. And then I went, somebody will go, Kieran Barlow robbed him. And I went, it was a guy in a Kieran Barlow costume. It was Halloween. Anyway, right. And he looks at me and he has the tenner in his hand. And I go, and he just looks at me and I went, and he goes, do you have pound coins? And I went, no, that's the only cash I have. And he goes, I may get you the change. I'm like,
That's your job, mate.
You've bags of money. He opens the box then, takes the bit out that has bags of coins. And there's fivers. And I'm like, give me a fiver, you cunt, right? And do you know what ended up happening? I just went, he starts going, opening it all slow. And I went, do you know what, mate, take a tenner, right? And he goes, are you sure? And I went, I'm sure I want to go in before it's closed. and he just went, I'm like, no, you're not even taking, so you're taking my full tenner, but not my banter? Hope you die. I hope something awful happens to you on the way home. And then I went, that's not a very Christian thought. And I annoyed myself. And then I had to go and get chocolate to take that pain away. But it was, what a great time.
People like him you should have hired him.
He just conned me.
You should have hired him.
Imagine.
If you get merch, imagine you're selling merchandise, right, at one of your shows.
Absolutely.
Come on, there, I can make you a fucking...
It's 12 quid off, only a 20. I'm going to do... Do you know what it was? Do you know, it's actually a talent to have such a... And this is a great phrase, by the way. A moany cunt face. It's so moany that you just go, I'm paying you a tenner for something that costs £2, so don't have to look at that big. Yeah. That's what happened. Because he was literally going, I'm going, fiver there and like 3 of these.
People like that make you feel like a tramp.
Yeah.
Asking for your change.
I know, yeah.
Money.
That's what he did to me. Like, that's what he did.
That is a talent. Like.
And do you know what? I don't know what charity it was for. I mean, he could literally be giving that money to fucking Pedos Anonymous, and I wouldn't know. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if that is a charity, by the way, but he could be doing. Do you know what I mean? He could be giving that to fucking a neo-Nazi charity. I don't know. He probably isn't.
But there should be advertising the charity. Like.
You should definitely. You can't just go. It's for charity.
Do you need to get like you need to get the go-ahead by a charity to just do an event, don't you? So
Usually, if you're doing it right, he could just be going, this is for charity and it's for the guy with the money box benevolent fund. You know what I mean? Where it's just, what's the charity? His fucking pints. Do you know what I mean?
pints.
He had a few grand in
He's
that
got
box.
something going on there, like.
Do you ever see when, you know, in movies, whenever like they give you like a, you know, oh, there's a case of money, and you're like, you know, there's $1 million in there, and you're like, there's not, because a grand is bigger than that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a grand is a lot of notes, right? So like, especially if it's in fivers, and I looked in that box briefly and went, there's a few grand in there. Mad cunt, just stand there. Anybody comes in with a fucking Stanley knife, it's all gone. Why do I think that way?
They're probably run by the black taxi company.
Oh man,
you can't rob Evans.
Yeah, you can, you can. You rob them of the money and they'll take your soul in return for it. Like, yeah, that's what you can. I love the way you said that.
He sounds like a black. He sounds like a taxi man.
I love the way you
Because
said.
ever see when you get a black taxi up White Rock Road and they're like, 130. You give them 150.
Yeah.
And you're only a school kid. And you're with the 20p change. And they're like, oh.
You just hear it start again.
Mate, that's why
mate.
people do runners.
Oh, that's fucking mental.
Just
That's
get into
so
a runner,
funny.
run like fuck.
See that. We have black taxi. See that fucking. I remember. So the one I would have had to get is like the rarest black taxi. I think that I have the Ladybrook one. There's only so they have
Comes every fucking 2 weeks.
So you would get them doing.
Ladybrook's a rich, a
you
good
ever see
rich
them?
area, West Belfast. So,
Rich.
So
Ladybrook is rich.
It's not rich, but it's
No, it's not.
It's not rich.
Put it
but
this
it's-
way: when you tell people you're from Ladybrook, they go,
It's
yeah. And if you go,
BT10, put it
sorry,
this
yeah,
way.
yeah, it is BT10.
So
See if you say this is it. If you go, I'm from West Belfast, somebody goes, whereabouts? And you go, Blacks Road. They go, you're not from West Belfast. I'm from it. I'm not of it. Right? Mate, that's so true. See that?
But Ladybrook don't get black taxis.
See that? Do you remember that you would get them doing like you would get them doing signs? Do you ever see this? The Twinbrook and fucking Polglass. Although no Polglass.
Polglass,
Yeah. I don't Leonardtown. What's Leonardtown? Must be a big fucking L.
Big
You know what I mean?
Like
Yeah. And you would get them. Do you remember like I don't know if they still do this. They used to have like all the wee cards at the front of their
the
car, and we
front.
just change it.
They've changed it
Yeah,
the road,
yeah.
so depending on who was going where, they
Yeah.
just changed it. They used to
Yeah.
drive towards the bottom White Rock.
You thought you were going
and
to
if they seen
Polglass.
a big massive queue standing bottom White Rock, and there's only 3 people in the time, you go, where are you going, love? Polglass? Oh, you're right. You're on the third floor. Just swing
Get
around
out
the way
here.
around.
You'll be here in 2 hours. I love that, mate. Do you know what else? Do you remember like you would get in? Oh, mate, did you ever do this? This is potentially a fat guy thing. I don't know. Did you ever get into the black taxi and the only chair left is the fully down one, and you're trying? I would get real like so awkward getting into one of them because I'm trying to be quick and not bang into anybody. So we'd go to sit down and you sit down too soon and it just goes like this, right down the back of your legs, down the back of your calves. Oh, you go to sit down, it just goes, rah, and you just have to go. It's the worst pain you've ever had in your life. You just have to go.
Brave face.
Everybody's like looking at you in the back of a taxi going, what the fuck's wrong with you? And you're like, I would literally rather shit myself than fucking, oh, it's the worst. Oh, man, I haven't been in a black hack in fucking years. Like, I'm happy that I don't have to do. I used to hate missing a bus because the Ladybrook buses were all the time. But the taxis were rare, but they were on the odd time. Like, they'd be like, oh, the buses are off or something. You're like, fuck me, you go around for the black hack, like.
I remember I got into a taxi before and I was drenched, soaking wet,
Right.
soaking in the fuck, and then I got into a taxi on the White Rock Road to go home, and I mean, I was soaked to death. I should have just walked. I was already soaked, like I couldn't get any water, and I get in and some girl, an older woman, like just looked up and she just started laughing, and she was like, I was like, I was only like 3rd year in school, and I was like, fuck, she laughing at. I was like, what is it? And she was like, I'm so sorry, you just remind me of someone, I'm sorry. And I was going, what's funny? And she just couldn't stop laughing. The whole way home, she just turned and looked out the window and I could hear her and see her like shaking, and I was like, what the I felt like fucking battering her. From near enough that day onwards, I was nearly going to fucking, only I needed to use black taxis.
I know, mate,
them.
they're so
I had a
grim, like.
boycotted them just for that.
I fucking see the Ladybrook bus, mate. it really ranged as well. There was this great time when they got like new buses, so you could either get an epic new bus where everything was fresh as fuck, or you're literally getting on a fucking troubles wagon, like you know what I mean? Oh mate,
And seats smell like fucking piss.
yeah, just fucking stinking. Or like, did you ever? I remember this as well from the school bus as well, where you get on it and there's like a damp smell just on the bus, and then all the worst combination is if you're sitting on a bus for a long time, and because where I live, I'm usually the last stop, so it was like, you'd be on it for a while, and the steam of other people just sticks to windows. Someone farts, someone opens a chip, someone opens an orange, and you're like, oh, this fucking combo of smells is fucking rank. Oh, I don't miss any of that.
I
Like,
don't really know if we're moving in the right direction in terms of public transport. The gliders now, I don't know if you've seen it or if you've got this, but through like WhatsApp groups, there's just murder. All the kids are going, but they need a fucking security.
I've seen
job.
videos of people
There
going
needs to be
absolutely
security
nuts. Yeah.
on them fucking gliders. There's kids going nuts.
I don't get the brand of the glider. I remember when people started talking about the glider before it was really in. I was going, is this going to be like a tram or like
what I thought.
like the Lewis or something down in Dublin? I was going, is that what this is? And then when I realized it's a bus with big hubcaps, I was like, it's a fucking bus.
It's just a bus.
And people were going, oh, but it goes from west to east and east to
fucking took
west,
away the
south to north, and I'm like, a bus though.
They took away the roundabout at Kennedy Way for it. And that was the worst thing that ever happened. I would rather go back to smelly bus seats. And
Mate, I know. See that roundabout, mate. That is like, that's probably like the worst thing that's happened to West Belfast since
Troubles.
yeah, the worst thing that's ever happened. It's so grim there, isn't it? You just sit forever now.
Sit there and two cars go through at a time.
Oh
when you're
man,
going,
I fucking. Do you know what I did a wee move yesterday through there? I love, mate. I never do this, but I've recently become a baller and I have a nice new car. So I cut in through Asda yesterday. I was trying to get down Kennedy Way, down on the motorway again after I dropped Aaron Butler off at his gaff. Mate, I drove like a smick through Asda, one-handed like that. I never do that.
Windows down.
You know what I mean? Fucking scooter out the window. Unbelievable. Oh, it was so good. Here it cuts off. Going through Asda cuts off fucking 10 minutes. Like, that is rare. I hate
I
it
was
there.
a severe bus lane driver. Like I just bus lane, and I was driving by a mate outside the morning garage. He was sitting in traffic, and it was his corner pull up as they got. And he's like, "You bus lane?" I was like, "Mate, I don't drive normal lanes. I just bus lane the back street." I was like, "See, the only time there's a camera over there is after 4 p.m. outside back of Ireland, so I know the roads like a back of hand." I'm like, he's like, "You serious me? I understand." He's like, "Fuck, I can't risk getting the fine. I'm just aware."
That's class. Oh mate, we used to go to the Menine after, mate. We used to go to mass in St Michael's every Sunday, right? And I'd be just sitting there going, we're going to the fucking shop. All I'm thinking about is getting a wee comic or some wee magazine, you know. Want my wee book and a fucking packet of crisps or something like. Worked out great for me. Catholic guilt and the weight problem, but yeah, it's great. I don't miss going there at a mass on Sunday and there.
We used to go on the big. We obviously went to Holy Trinity Mass, but I used to go on the big for Mass, and then there was all these questions on the big. So it was like a Sunday thing. My granny and granddad used to go.
They expect you to go, yeah.
And then my dad wasn't really. He didn't cover it. But my mom was like, "You make sure you get the Mass." And I was like, "Hanging on down." She's like, "No, wait, me, I'm hanging on down." So I used to run on down. And then the bottom shops into her floors, I used to hide in the corner and wait till my ma bypassed. And I was like, right, that's me. I've got to go ahead. But then when she was in the Mass, I used to run down, peek my head through the door, see who was giving the Mass, because there was a couple of different priests, and what colour his wee gown was, whatever it's called. So when she asked me who was doing the Mass, I was like, Father Wallace. What colour gown? I said, purple. And she was like, I didn't see you, mate. I was up the front.
I remember when like we did that a few times. Like me and my brothers maybe would have said we were walking it around, so we walk around the Mass, and then maybe just like not go, but you would go in and briefly look at the leaflet, because the questions we would get hit with was, what was the gospel, and you'd be like, fucking.
See, I got away with it.
When it came,
I don't really know any. I went in Irish school, so we didn't do religion. Funny enough.
Oh, they don't do it in the bun school, no?
Nah, they didn't. Well, they didn't do it in secondary school. It's not a religious school.
Oh, right, okay.
It's a I don't know why. They do religion, but it's
It's like it's not. It's not. I know what you mean. Well,
But,
we like.
I don't know any person still to this day.
Oh man,
so
it's
I got away with
fucking.
murder.
It used to fucking. There was a time when I didn't mind it, but it melted me most of my life. Like, to be fair, having to go, like, because I felt like I wasn't choosing to be there for a lot of it.
You just it's
You just
a damn
get
breed too. Now,
You just get fucking woke up.
I know.
That's when you're like, fuck.
Go to
There was a
mass.
time when I didn't mind it though. When I was quite young, obviously, you just go, "Oh, this is what we do," and then you start getting a bit older. You go,
I'd rather be
I'd
doing
sort of
lots
just
lots more things.
goals on Sunday. I don't want to miss that. You know what
But
I mean?
it's definitely a damn breed. Like,
It's mental.
there used to be a time you couldn't get a seat.
I know.
See, now, if you walk in, it's fucking empty.
Nah, it's like you can't get a fucking priest.
I know.
They're fucking.
Even like I remember my mate got married in Holy Trinity Chapel. A good friend of mine was getting married, and all the lads were in the green hut across the street drinking during the ceremony.
Fucking mate.
I was like, what the fuck's
That's one of them. That's one of them.
I was like, fuck me, you got to respect. Like, fuck, God, everyone was just over drinking when it was over.
That's one of them. That's one of them social clubs that if you're not from around there, somebody goes, "Do you want to go for a drink?" Or you're like, "Nah, I'm good." Exactly I played for a football team there briefly in Turf Lodge when I was a wee boy. Because my mate's dad ran it, but they lived opposite me, but they were from Turf Lodge, Trinity Lodge it was called, and mate, that was a wee education for me because I was one of them times where I used to think I'm from the West, like, and I went down there, I'm going down to play football. I'm going down like to play football with wee lads who are already at the 2 foot everybody stage of their career. Do you know what I mean? Just fucking get the ball, fucking 2 foot him, fuck him. And I'm sitting there going, what is it? I'm sitting there going, are we all gonna sing together before we go on stage? You're like, it's a fucking pitch, you cunt, So they're going, do we need to warm our vocals up, guys? I can't believe I was involved in that team for a while. And I remember like we played, oh mate, a couple of funny things happened when I was playing for that team. So like one day I was standing there and we'd already played our game. So we played against Moyard, right? And they were hacking bastards, right? And I think it finished 2 each. And one of them, and I mean, mate, what age even was I? Like, I don't even think I might have been 9 or 10. And one of the wee lads in our team fully just dropped his bags at us. Like, and just went, and I remember literally going, what the fuck's happening here, right? This was at like half time in the game. I was going, this is fucking mental. And then after that game, we were watching like the under, whatever it was. Like I think if we were under 10s, we're standing watching like under 14s or something. And somebody like just swings a ball from another pitch behind us. And you just hear somebody going, heads. And then next thing I'm out. Heads, right? Fucking just got asked. Yeah, and I mean, I was only a wee kid, so I got totally twatted by it. And I remember like sort of going, and like our coach and like all our wee lads in my team were like, Jesus Christ, Portland, you alright? And all them like, you know what I mean? But mate, that was fucking mental. It's mental. Like we used to train down in the Falls Park, and I remember like it was class because when we started that, we were training over the summer, and so it was brilliant. Like, and then mate, see once I got into the winter, oh my god, I was just like, and I became like. I was sort of living like a double life when I was in that team because at home I'm sitting there going, yes, mother, right? Wasn't even that posh, but I was just sitting there going, aye. Definitely wouldn't have sworn. And then when I'm out in the fucking pitch, I was a wee mouth because I learned it. I learned nearly all of it off this one wee kid was called something Lachlan. Everybody called him Lockie, and he was a mouth. And I mean, mate, he was like a mouth, and we were like 9. He was like a proper like.
Do you get them?
He was amazing at slabbering. Do you know what I mean?
People were afraid of me. Probably wasn't even good at football, but they were probably afraid.
Everyone was shitting us. It'd be like, one of the coaches or something. Would be like, Lockie, drive it, son. Fucking hit it a bit harder. And he'd be like, fuck up, you. And I'd be going, and he's like, hey, rolling people, fuck up. And I'm going, this kid's fucking mental. I'm standing there going, yeah, I'm going, what's he got? He's going to be an arch criminal when he's 15. So I fuck up you. All that type of banter. I was like, it's fucking mad. I loved it though. It was class.
Oh, fuck, the good days, the good old days.
How long, what age were you at when you would have started boxing?
8. I had 8.
Jesus.
I had my first fight when I was 8.
Your first fight, like, Jesus Christ.
I remember because it was 2000, it was year 2000, so it was 23 years ago.
Fuck me.
We got Holy Trinity got a new boxing club
Right.
built, and it was just ransacked with fucking kids from Turf Lodge. So,
Right.
I mean, it was just packed. Every single person in Turf Lodge is definitely boxed at one stage.
Right.
And then over time, you'll see people down away, because it was just
Competitive then, huh?
We were just fighting like fucking, and people enjoyed it, people did enjoy it. But obviously, it was in my family and all, so it was just, I was just going to stick at it. But
that's fucking mental.
but it's mad because it just goes to show you, like, there was loads, like you say, loads of fucking mouthpieces. We'd probably be all were, including me, like, at that age, growing up. But the real fucking, the hard mouthpieces who you actually meant it stuck it out.
Yeah.
And the rest of them died off. And then as you grew older, you knew who were fucking full of shit and who wasn't.
Aye.
So, like, now when I look at people, I went, fuck, shit, I used to be scared of him. Now, it's,
Aye.
you know what I mean?
I know, mate. Like, that's I think about that sometimes too, about ones like there was lads who were maybe a year or two older than me in our kind of area that used to be like, you know, you had an impression of him being a hood and cunt or something. You were like, I don't really, like, he's a rare cunt, like, I'm not going to start on him. And now, whenever I dander past him, and it's not like I've done anything, it's not like I'm going, I'm a champion boxer, you're a cunt. Like, I just walk past him and go, losing cunt.
I know,
like,
that's
you know
what
what I mean?
happens. It's
The amount of people who slagged me off whenever I was like a teenager or whatever and learning the guitar, so you're like walking home with your guitar, people used to just shout shit at you, right? And the amount of them then, do you know, it started to come full circle when I had been gigging then, and these people would have come over going, oh mate, I live near you, you do this song. I'd be like, do you remember you used to call me a cunt every day? Remember that? I remember that. Fuck yourself. Stick your fucking Rod Stewart request down your fucking pipe, you cunt. You know what I mean? Like,
you get them like you do, 100%, like you fucking.
It's mental. Do you know what I discovered recently, by the way? I'd never been in a boxing ring, right? Until I was doing a video with Tyrone and Tommy for Tyrone's fight that got fucking cancelled. And now that wasn't a full size ring. I think it's a wee bit smaller. But mate, it's fucking small in there. Like
small.
It looks massive when you're watching, I think. But like
when you're in there and there's some cunt coming at you, like
I know that's what I mean, mate.
Small.
They fucked about a bit. Do you know what was amazing, right? So they were really fucking about when like I had the pads on, right? And Tyrone is absolutely fucking about and he's near breaking my wrists, right? And I'm going, what the fuck? And then Tommy took him and goes, right now, fucking hit them, hit me like. And mate, that's when I went, he was absolutely fucking about whenever he did it with me. Because when he let it in, when Tommy was holding the pads, it was real. I made the fucking speed and the power and the sound of it. I was going, fuck! And then they were, I was on the side, the outside of the ropes. And they did this bit. And they sort of choreographed a wee bit just for a video. Like,
I seen a photo and it looked like a classic boxing coach. I can just imagine it being like the Kronk Jim, Kieran Bartlett taller him, knowing the shit, just watching him, knowing the rope.
The only shit I knew was I'd seen Rocky, so I knew you stand like that, right? And mate, they were messing about for a bit, but sort of making it look like Tommy sort of comes in at him and then Tyrone sort of turns him and throws a few digs in, right? And even messing about, I was standing, I've never been that close to it, you see, so like even standing there, I was just like, the fucking speed of this, and they're just fucking around. So like the speed of it, because it was kind of like whenever we went when that event was on, the comedians boxing. The very first fight of that, I know that we were sitting watching it, and when the first fight happened, I went, "Holy fuck, they're actually digging each other!" Like, because I thought it was gonna be a wee bit more like sparring, but they were fully throwing punches at each other. Well, this is the other thing as well. I didn't realize that until recently.
Like I remember. I brought my missus over to Glasgow when I lived there, and I have a sparring guy from Wales. He came up to spar me, and I brought Dervla in to watch. I said, "Do you want to go in here? And it's up to you." Like, and she was like, "Yeah," because we live next door to the gym. So she came on in anyway, and she was like, she left at the first round. She's like, "Sean, that's fucking full pelt." I was like, "I know it's sparring." She's like, and I couldn't believe that she was like, "What do you mean sparring? Sparring's training."
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, I training for a fight. Try and make it as realistic as you can." So you're trying to. take each other's head off. It's like Sean with blood everywhere, and I was like, that's boxing. That's you fucking punch each other.
Yeah, it's mental
But people don't realise
they don't.
because it's sparring, but sparring is literally a fight with equipment on, with a headgear.
I think most people, because I know I definitely did this. I thought sparring was 50% type, like, you know, we're not really gonna wreck each other here.
But
yeah, more tacky. Yeah,
it's more when you're sparring, you're way closer to the ring. There's no other noise around, like in an arena. So people who sit ringside at a fight don't even get half the experience they would get if they went and watch a spar.
So here's the thing as well. See in there, right? So like, I wondered about this. How much? See when you're actually like in a fight, how much are you hearing what your coach and all is shouting at you?
I don't hear nothing.
Really?
Well, you might hear it, but you don't.
You're not processing it.
Processing it. It just.
And then during the breaks, in the rounds, what's that like when they're talking at you? Are you still just like?
Sometimes I be like in the zone, like just like nodding but not listening. But a lot of the times, like I would take on board what my coach is saying. Like I would listen to him, hear what he has to say, and then I'll go out and try and implement that. But there has been times. I remember one time I fought in Ulster Hall, and I don't know why I heard this, and I don't know why I can still remember it, because you don't remember. There's not much going on. You don't remember what people are saying. But I was fighting in Ulster Hall, and all I heard at the end of the round was pancake face, pancake nose, and I just looked and just sitting basically ringside was Conor Burns. I was just like, fuck's sake. Why am I taking that on board? Like pancake fucking nose, pancake face.
That's
I was like, fuck's sake.
Because see when Mickey was fighting, he fought McCartney, didn't he? One of the things, like I probably was emotionally engaged in that. I don't know why. It probably is because he's fucking vaguely related to me, right? But it was like, I know I was literally shouting shit at Mickey, and I mean I was in the like where it was like as far away as we were when we were doing comedy. It was just on the other side of the ring, so I was like pretty close. Like I'm in the front row, like I'm literally yelling at Mickey, and I said to Mickey, and it wasn't like, I'm not giving him advice. What am I going to say to him? Hit him, don't get hit, right? I don't have anything, right?
Just encouragement.
Yeah, I'm just going, oh, Mickey, fucking beat him and all, right? and I goes to Mickey, I was like, I disgraced myself shouting it during your fight and all. I go, sorry about that. And he was like, I heard nothing, so I wouldn't worry. And I was like, really? Like, because I was like, I fucked my throat up shouting.
It was a good experience for Emmons, because they obviously they know now that you actually don't hear anything no matter what, because you're so focused on not getting hit. Nothing else is going on around you. It's fucking mad.
It is fucking mental. Like watching that happen for your entertainment, if you know what I mean.
I know.
Because you're sort of going, especially like whenever, because it is one thing, it's comedians and whatever, but like watching like what you do from like the camp and then going in and then hearing from Tyrone and all about like a fight and all, where you go. And I watched the thing, your man, what do you call him, Eddie Hearn was on. Eddie Hearn?
Yeah, Eddie Hearn, yeah.
Yeah, on the overlap, yeah. What do you call his dad again?
Barry
Hearn, right. So, Snooker Hearn. So he, I watched Eddie Hearn talking about putting fights together and like, but saying all, like a lot about how like, you know, how hard it is in terms of like, you know, you don't get paid until after the fight basically, and like how does that fucking, like, you must love it to be doing it, like.
It's just, no, I think it just becomes a way of life. Like you start boxing as a hobby because you enjoy sport or whatever reason. Same way you play football as a kid. Some people, everyone as a kid wants to be a professional footballer.
Yeah.
But
when you know somewhere along the way,
you're told
you end up saying to the lads in your football team, "Will we all sing?" And then you get your fuck kicked in. Right? No, I'm only joking, but no, I know what you mean. Yeah, like, so, like you get told one way or another that it's not going to be your life.
For me, it's like, I think for boxing, the worst thing about boxing is you make your own decision, so you have to make your own decision whether it's going to be your life. Whereas in football, if you're a fucking class of football at a young age and your coach is like, wait there a second, you can go somewhere here. Your scouts coming to this game, or you need to play at a different level, and then you just go up, and then before you know it, there's scouts coming in. You're getting
more like infrastructure around football to get that
places,
happen.
you're
Yeah.
getting these decisions all made done, like getting done for you as a boxer. You're just being told like you're just boxing. For me, especially, I just boxed as a kid right up. Got to like 16, 17, 18, 19. And my dad was like, you going to attack? Are you going to college? I was like, oh, I was doing a sport diploma in college. And then I got called down to the Irish team to be a number 2, basically.
Right.
And I just went down anyway because you train full time. And that's tack, but my dad had no idea it's tack. And then he fucking went ballistic when he found out. But that was me making my own decision. Like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
But I wasn't getting paid. Fuck all. My dad was like, what the fuck? He was driving me to the airport. I was going to Austria to box for Antrim. And he was like, when did you get your results in? This was like June. I was like, what results? He's like, results for TAC for your diploma. I was like, I left. I left. They went, what? What do you mean you fucking in your Christ of Van? I was like, I live for in Dublin full time. Like, yeah, fucking never told me. And he went ballistic.
That's fucking mental.
And then the year later, because I was down there full time, a full year as number 2, the following year, then I won the Irish Elites and I got a contract then with the Irish team.
Right, okay.
Where I was getting paid, and then I was away as a full time athlete. That was me making my own decision. This is what I want to do. I don't want to work. This is what I want to do. I don't want a diploma. I want to fucking be a full time athlete and get paid for it. And then I started getting paid, and then I turned pro. That was my own decision as well.
How long was it then? How long were you doing amateur?
6 years probably on the Irish team.
Right.
Full time, like for 6 years, 7 years.
And what's it like going to those competitions and all like?
Their class, their best experiences of your life. Like anyone will tell you that. Anyone who went through the circuit, that international circuit will tell you that. Like,
and that's like you're fighting then like more regularly doing that, aren't you?
So you go to major, like it was good because we had good company. There was me, Paddy Barnes, Tommy McCarthy, Mick Conlon, us 4 would have shared a room everywhere we went, or shared car, drove to Dublin together.
What was that like, mate? That must be just like shit, like, because this is the thing, like, see the crack out of those specific people as well, mate. The crack must be unbelievable. Like
the banter was fucking top notch, like, and that's why you miss it. You do miss it because people say boxing's a lonely sport. It is, but seeing that team environment, it's lonely when you're in the ring, but everything else in between, you're in that wee group environment and you're having a crack together and you're just doing everything together.
And then see, like now, then whenever people go pro, does that mean then it just splits off?
You're on your own then. Like,
so like you don't train with anyone anymore?
I train with Tyrone, like, but I used to train with Tommy. But then when Paddy went pro first, Paddy went over to Glasgow. And then I turned pro after, and I went over with Paddy.
Right.
And trained with Paddy, so it was still me, Paddy, and Tyrone.
Right.
So we still had good crack and still fucking had a laugh in between training and stuff. But basically, what happens when you turn pro from amateurs, you just flake out and you're on your own. Like. It's more like it's definitely in the.
And then see, like, how does it work? And whenever you do go pro, and then how many like. What's the difference like in terms of like say the number of fights you're doing in a year? Like, what would you be doing as a pro?
Well, starting off, for me, my first 5 months, I have 5 fights. That's fucking mad. That's unheard of. Like, people were like, fuck me, you're fighting every other week. But it was winning easily, and I didn't really need a break. It was like, they're not challenging fights. I'm not cut. I'm not injured. I'm not, like, so I flew through, to be honest. But when you get to, like, where I'm at now, three fights a year, probably 3, 4 would be max. Like, 3 would be
good. Like. And then what sort of like, what's like on the horizon then, boxing wise?
So, I fight here now in December. If I win December, hopefully my next fight will be a world title in there because I'm ranked 8th now in the world. If I win in December, I could push me up to 4 or 5.
Do you know how mental that is though? Like, you must know that. Like, because I think it's mad to think how many. It's mad when you think about like how small here is, and then how small Belfast is, how small West is, and you go, how come
all the people
out of like West? Obviously, you've got like other lads like Carframpton or whatever, but
Paddy, just small,
Tyrone,
like Paddy, Tommy, myself.
Yeah,
there's loads of good.
But like for lads all to be like that, like to be the best in the world at anything.
I know.
is unbelievable.
But
But
to
to be the
comfortably
best in the world at
smart
something though that's like as competitive as that, like
yeah.
individual sport.
I think it comes down to the grassroots, like well taught grassroots, and then funding. We're very lucky. Like anywhere in America is big, massive country. Most AM clubs are a business. They're not funded.
Yeah.
They're not funded the way we are. So Belfast City Council would fund. Sport Ireland would fund. Sport NI would fund. Boxing clubs are really funded, but there's a reason because they're doing so well.
They're bringing in medals
kids
and
off the fucking streets, and they're giving people opportunities.
And then
they're
what's the
disciplining
plan
kids.
then for like how far ahead do you look? Are you just looking at next fight and nothing else?
Nothing else. Because if I don't win the next fight, it means like
Aye,
everything else.
it's a setback,
after
like,
means
aye.
fuck all.
And how's the training going for us?
Going well, going lethal.
Are you in the full
I'm in the zone, like,
the full camp
I'm
now?
in the
Like,
zone, like, right slap bang in the middle of camp. Only 4 weeks now to fight, so
Man.
I'm just slap
see
bang.
the mental side of that though is like, it sort of fascinates me because I don't obviously have that. I don't have that talent. I don't have that problem of needing to go like the problems that I have about things I need to focus on for brief periods of time isn't, if I take my eye off it, I might lose my eye, So it's kind of like totally intense, and I find it to be kind of fascinating because it's so different from what I do. But all the boxers that I've met, weirdly through doing comedy, is the only reason I've met any boxers. But all the boxers I've met, these are all sound and funny, and I go, where's that coming from? Because I know whenever I feel under pressure, I'm pretty much a ball bag, like, you know what I mean?
Comes from like
you're used to it, I suppose, in a way.
It's just one of them things. You're used to it. I deal with it well. It's pressure, but like, see if I don't train, that's where I fucking come in. I hate training. I'd rather just fight every day or spar every day. See if I could spar every day, I'd be happy.
Yeah, so like you mean like doing like the cardio and all?
So see, just going hitting bags, doing pads, doing running, doing strength. They're all balls. Like, I'd rather spar, go on and like fight, and it's but you can't do that obviously because you'll burn yourself out. But
yeah, the only sparring I've done recently was like going between the different Cretons on Lisburn Road. It's multiple spars, like, you know what I mean? Looking for a cooked chicken. That's mental though.
They have no cooked chickens. Back up this one.
See, mate, there was a day Tyrone was in and he had a couple of cuts on him, and I was like, what the fuck? And he goes, sparring, and I was like, why is that happening in sparring?
That's just here. This is fucked up. I'll show you on my phone. Right? This is from one of my fights. I put up yesterday. My missus sent me. Look at that.
Fuck
That looks like a Halloween
me.
fucking mask.
That does. That's fucking mental.
Up.
Fire it round into the camera if you can. This one.
This one.
Oh, mate. That's fucking mental.
So that's what you're up against. I know what that comes from. Head clashes. People clash heads and fucking elbows, and it's not just.
You find like the certain parts. I mean, the certain parts of your face. Obviously, everyone has a different face, but is it like, you hear about people having like a glass jaw or a fucking pancake nose or whatever, and you sort of go like, do you find stuff like that out about yourself that is like your weak bit?
Eyes.
Right.
I have very sharp fucking eyes, like always got cut. I've like fucking loads of cuts. People, it's like, I suppose it's like any sport.
What's
like,
that
people
like?
have cauliflower ears and.
Aye. What's that like though? If that does open, are you going, I'm fucked here, or you just?
No, it doesn't faze me. Like, people, this is what annoys me about combat sports. See, when people go like and complain, like, rough head clash. I go, you don't feel that shit.
Aye.
When you're so focused, you don't feel that shit.
Aye.
That's
adrenaline stops you.
If someone does that against me fighting, I'd be like, happy days. They're fucking bait.
Yeah, that's good.
Because they're not fucking comfortable.
Aye.
And they're bait psychologically. So that's my psychological edge. Where if people whack, like if I go boom, head clash, I'll flinch and go like
you're back on
straight back at it. Blood could be pouring down me, and I'm just thinking,
that's fucking
he's
mad.
the one that's contact me.
Who's this guy you're fighting now?
Do you know what? He's a good friend of mine.
Is he?
And he was a teammate of mine. We lived together for like 2.5 years in Glasgow, and we sparred hundreds of rounds. So we know each other fucking very well.
That's mental.
And he knows my strong points, and I know his strong points, and it'll be a good fucking tactical fight. But the thing is, obviously, I ain't gonna go in and fucking try and hit him as hard as I can, as often as I can. He's gonna do the same for me. But see, as soon as the bell goes, win, lose or draw, I'll shake a man's hand.
I made a few mistakes this year, so with boxers. So one was that I said to McComb, I was talking to him a while back about the thing that I always, from my limited experience of seeing it up close, because I think I used to watch a lot of boxing, obviously, when I was a kid, and then growing up, we would have had it, like, but it's on TV, so you've nothing to compare it to, and you see the speed of it on TV and go, right, that's boxing, and then, but watching it up close and go, it is different from, because what I said to Mick was, what is for instance, if he wasn't a boxer, and I saw Mick out, right, and I go, if he swung for me and he wasn't a boxer, I go, what's the difference between you swinging for me, not being a boxer, and being a boxer? And he goes, well, I said, because I think it would be speed. And he goes, yeah, it's speed, but also accuracy. And I went, right. And he goes, because I'm not, this was an amazing quote from him. He goes, like, I'm not trying to, like, hit you here with that. He's like, I'm trying to hit you there with that. Right. And I went, right, that's mental. And that freaked me out because I was going, that is mental. And then, obviously, I got thrown to punch me in the arm earlier in the year, which was a fucking absolute nightmare. A full nightmare for about 2 weeks. Do you know what's mental about that, though, right? I was going, obviously, it's going to be hard. But I'm going, in my head, mate, this is like, there's this wee space where you have a certain level of intelligence, right? To where you're not, like, you're not thick, but you actually get to a place where you'll do thick things to go, because you're open-minded.
Maybe I am.
You go, I'm open-minded. So people go, why would you get a boxer to punch you? That's stupid. And you go, but I wanted to know what it felt like, so it's not stupid. I'm open-minded. I want to go, can I take a dig from a boxer? I can't really, right? But, like, it was making me go, my theory anyway was they're just people. So it can't be, say, that much worse than taking a dead arm off my brother or something, right? It was, right? It was, because it was accuracy
I
and
seen
its
the
technique.
bruise as well. Seen
The bruise was so grim. Like, do you know what he really? He bruised me there. I swear to God, he bruised me through my arm, and it's not an insignificant arm. Like, do you know what I mean? It was so shit. That was the worst bit. I got home and I went, I feel like I have whiplash. Right there, I'm like, I'm gonna do a whipper on this cunt, and then. Like, so it didn't bruise for maybe 2 days. It was just like a lump. And I'm going, oh, fuck, it's not that bad. Maybe it's not going to bruise. And then it bruised so bad. And then I remember I went to, like, stick a roll-on or something and went, he bruised me clean through. Like, it was so grim. But, like, that like, type of thing where I go, like, I was stupid, like, but it's like, you have to sort of, I mean, this is what I don't understand. I know that it's conditioning and whatever. But how can you absorb digs like that? The gloves obviously make a difference, but, like,
gloves, obviously. But do you know what? I know it sounds fucking stupid, but you can punch harder with gloves on.
Right. Okay.
You have to remember you're protecting your hands too.
Right.
So
Okay.
throws are obviously thrown, but you can't, like, with a bare knuckle you'll land like
yeah.
this, but you'll not punch through it.
Right. Okay.
Because you're like.
You can damage
9 times out of 10 you break your hand.
Right.
If you punch something relatively hard,
Aye,
bone or even anywhere, you'll break your hand, no matter what. So even in UFC, they use ME gloves. They'll like flick them out. It's very rare that people like.
Would that have ever interested you, the MMA stuff, or?
Nah, it's never really.
Nah.
It's just all different combat sports. It's just. It's too, I don't know, it's too technical. I don't understand it. I've never grappled. I've never done any form of wrestling or any form of grappling or any form.
Plus, now it's like if you're not doing that, you're fucked.
Everyone else has a.
It's like it's harder to. Do you think it's harder from going from being a boxer into that than it would be for, say, like somebody who's maybe an MMA fighter who's a striker to go into boxing?
I would say it'd be harder for a boxer to go into that. Because that's why you always see a lot of these cross fights between MMA fighters and boxers. It's the MMA fighter that's going into boxing. It's not the boxer that's going into the MMA fight.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because there's so many different fucking...
yeah, nobody wants to see Floyd Mayweather trying to kick somebody
roll about the floor.
Yeah.
Grappling.
Like, the speed thing is something that just really has recently, just from watching them even doing a few bits of stuff on the pads where I was going, speed of this is fucking crazy. Like,
I know, it's just pure fucking. And a lot of it's muscle memory. Just because you've done so many repetitions, you think of 23 years I've been boxing. How many times I've punched in 23 years with both hands? Like,
what does that even mean then? For like,
don't even know.
What do you think? Have you ever thought about like what you would do after your fighting career? Would you coach or?
I'll coach, like, and I've got my own gym now at the minute as well. So I'll coach and I'll probably give back. I'll go into Holy Trinity and stuff and maybe do a bit of voluntary work and there, coaching my kids like in the area. But I love boxing, like in terms of coaching and all that. I love the technical abilities of it. But
what's your go-to camps over, fights over? What happens then? What's the you must blow off a bit of steam.
A few swallows. Beer garden, hail rain or snow.
Oh, it's mental.
Kelly Sellers, lash and rain. They'll sit in the lash soaked to death. That's a day for beer garden. That's my favourite quote. Waking up wind where the rain's beating off the window and it's like, fuck, that's a day for beer garden.
What's the is beer the drink? Is it?
No, I like hard, but I would have the odd Guinness just depending on where I was. And then I like whiskey as well. So.
Mate, I can't. I right. So I used to. No, not really. But I had a few there last week. I was away for a few days. I have a story. I just remembered, right? So I was away with Chloe for a few days. It was her birthday. So we went to this place down south. It's a hotel that we go to. It's nice. And so on one of they do a wee deal for you, right? A wee deal where one of the nights. So I have two different restaurants in this place, right? One of them is fine dining, right? Which is, you probably need to stick a fucking shirt on, a cardigan, right? and it's proper, like, sorry. So one's fine dining, and that's where I'm gonna tell you about anyway. The other one is a brasserie, which is just like a nice restaurant, and it's a bit more informal. But the fucking food, it's unreal, right? But this place, the fine dining one, the food is unreal, but the service is almost too much for me. Where like
it's uncomfortable.
It's a wee bit. Your server will come over, mate. They comb the table in between courses and all to remove any form of crumb that may have fallen. And I mean, like, they see one crumb. They have a wee special table comb. I've never seen this before. Right? Yeah. Just a pocket full of fucking wee bits, right? So they do all that. It's very like. It's hard to explain it, but it's literally like, there's a fucking sommelier and all, a fucking wine guy comes over, which is like, I'm not used to that. Like,
I don't like it.
I don't love it, right? I'm sort of, there's a bit where it's a wee bit too much. Do you know, like, somebody coming over with your food, come over, take a drink order, take the order, bring the food, bye, right?
Let us have a conversation.
There's
listening in.
There's a few too many interruptions, right? But they're not doing it to be dicks. No, they're doing it because that's the style of the place, right? But so there was this. We're having a couple of drinks, right? Now, my go-to drink used to be whiskey and Coke, but I can't drink whiskey anymore because I ruined it for myself. That's a whole other story. Anyway, I ruined it. So now what I will do is maybe try and get like a wee cocktail on the go, right? Now on the first night we were down there, we just had a few cocktails at the bar. I was trying all different ones. I had maybe 3 or 4, right? And it was quite leathery, right? I can't hold drink now at all. I was feeling a wee bit tipsy during the second one. Had 2 more and was like properly like right, getting small, right. So I had to go to bed, right, and then so the drinks I'd had that day, a complete array of cocktails, right. So there was one was like a wee a twist on a margarita, right, and it came out in like a wee tumbler with a big fucking ice cube in it, right, and then we had this Charlie Chaplin one which came out in like a wee sort of. What would you describe it as? If like imagine imagine Julian Simmons was a cocktail glass, right? Just like it's a wee sort of the glass itself was sitting like that, just a wee bit of drink there, right? That was a wee sip, right?
Shot.
And then it was a wee sassy one, right? And then the last one that I had was called Sweet Punch, right? And it was like a vodka one, which I wouldn't normally go for because vodka back in the day used to give me a rage, right? And a paranoia of like paranoid rage of like, you know, I'd order the drink and then the guy would give me it and I go, "Would you do this?" Right? And I have another one. I'm like, "I don't like you." Right? Anyway, so it came in like a normal what it came in a fairly normal straight up and down glass, but with all like bits chipped out of it, and it was a wee bit right. And I'm aware, by the way, that I'm a unit drinking these, you know, drinks that should usually be given to ladies who lunch, right? But we're having our dinner. It's all been lovely. There was foie gras on the go, which I've never had before. I wouldn't have again. It was part of my main. It was like with a steak.
No.
Do you know what I didn't like? I know when I'm eating it that it's like a force. They get a goose and they force feed it, right? So it becomes fat. And then it's the liver of the goose. And I'm going, I actually said to Chloe, I went, I'm probably going to ask for it without that. And she goes, just get it. You've never tried it. Try it. And I'm like, I'm aware that it's cruel. And she's like, get it. Right? So I'm like, okay. I'm making her sound evil there. She was just like, just try it. I'll try a bit. Do you know what it tasted like, mate? Do you ever cook eggs in the pan, scrambled eggs, and maybe you take your eye off it for a minute, and it's sort of over. You get that real dirty, crispy egg flavor. I don't mind it. It's weird. It's that taste, but with like a buttery vibe, and then all. It's like if you put that in toast, but then texture. It was like it was like a what I imagine a cold wet dick to be like, right? It was weird, right? It just wasn't for me. Yeah, just a wee. I was. Do you know what it was like? Do you ever get like? Do you ever maybe cough or sneeze, and then 5 minutes later the wind blows and there's a cold snatter on your hand? It was that texturally, right? And I was like, that's fucking grim. And so anyway. I've ordered a couple of drinks. Chloe's getting bait into a bottle of wine from the fucking sommelier. There was a terrifying moment, by the way, when the guy said, "What wine would you like?" And Chloe went, "You choose." And I'm going, "No love, you choose." Because if he comes over here with a £500 bottle of wine, everyone dies, right? and I'm like,
Someone's getting stroked.
to be fair, he didn't stroke us too bad. It wasn't that bad, like, but like some of the because they sell shit like that.
Yeah,
it ranges from like £20 bottle of wine up to like fucking a few £100. And I'm going, I hope he's picked a 20, right? And he picked a 50, I can't, but anyway, right? and then
you always go in the middle.
you know what I mean? Yeah.
Somewhere in the middle.
And then because they sell as well, they sell whiskey that's 450 quid a shot, and I'm going, what is that though? Do you know what though? This is probably like the boxing thing again. When I go, it won't be that different. It probably tastes like God's tears or something. Anyway, right? I ordered a couple. So I had one of those sweet punch ones, right? And I was probably only gonna have the one. Then Chloe goes, "Get another one. I have all this wine." I went, right. So order another one. And then the guy who came to serve that hadn't served us at all that night. And he came over, mate, and he just absolutely fucking. Our other waiter was over doing the wee table comb thing and all, right? And he comes over and he goes, "A sweet punch for madam," right? And Chloe just says, right? And I just had to be like, and our waiter I know he's trying not to laugh. He loved it. Like, he loved it. And I just went, "Madam, thanks you." Do you know what I mean? I'm just like, and so he goes, "A sweet punch for madam." And then when he realised it was mine, he went, "Or a sir?" And I was like, "Fuck yourself. You know what? How do you like your husband cook, Chloe? Is it off at the knees?" I was like, "Oh, mate, he absolutely fucking ruined me." I was just sitting there going, "What do you say that?"
I want to leave this hotel.
I know. Take us foie gras back. Give me an order then.
Fuck off.
I couldn't believe it. And then like the next night we went to the other wee place, the other restaurant, and it was fucking unbelievable. Like, do you ever just like, I've done some of that shoulder. Anyway, it was, I had you get weird stuff in it as well. Chloe had like, what did she have for a starter? She definitely, she had like this wee crabby type thing. I'm trying to remember what I had. I definitely had a weird wee starter the second night. Oh no, I didn't. It was the first night. The first night I had a weird wee starter. It comes with all like, foams and all. I don't even. I don't. I don't really get it. It all tastes a bit like fish. Do you know what I mean? You're like, this is a haddock foam. This is a fucking. I'm going. Just do us a fucking chip with it, will you? Do me something. Do us a wee. Is there a fucking bun in here? Is it? And they took away. Oh mate, there's always so many wee moments in there. So they serve you like after they take your order, and it's gonna be 10-15 minutes for the starter. They bring you over a wee bread basket of all different wee rolls and all, right? All made by chef, right? And you're like, all right. And then he fucking took it away at one point. And as a fat guy, I'm sitting there going, man, I might get better in the R1M rolls in between courses here. You're just fucking taking your life in your hands. He didn't even say anything. He just came over and lifted it. I'm like, oh, why? Sweet punch from Adam and fucking bread for the bin, is it, you cunt? What a place, though. I love it down there. Did you ever be down that way in Kerry?
Kerry, nah, I've never been, but it's a place that because we've went to Westport, Galway,
all
this Kerry on, and
Westport's
Kerry
lovely.
Kerry's one of the ones we've got on the
list.
like.
We went to see that. Went to the cinema in Killarney the other night. Went to see the new Scorsese, Killers of the Flower Moon. It's good. It's fucking long, dude.
Is it? I heard it's 3 hours long. Is it?
Walking into the cinema, it's starting at 7:15, and it says finish time 10:43 or something. I was like, a quarter to 11, Martin.
You booked a nice hotel for you and Chloe to spend half your time
in the fucking cinema. Mate, it was fucking freezing as well in the cinema.
I have vouchers for that Avenue Cinema in Castle Court.
That's good.
I got from birthday, so I'm going to use them to watch that show.
Well, fuck, mate, you might as well, because it's fucking 3 hours. You might as well use a voucher.
Me and Dervla went and watched The Irishman. That's a very long one.
Yeah, it is. His last one,
We went to Yorkgate and an hour and 28 minutes or so, and then I just went, what time is it? And she was like, it's only halfway through now, man. Fancy a pint. And we just split.
See when you do
and watch the other half on the fire stick. See when you
do that. See when you leave the cinema early. There's such a great feeling of going. I'm made time that I thought I'd already lost. You have a sec. I went to see
second win. You're like.
I walked out of that bollocks, that Sweeney Todd, that fucking Johnny Depp singing the barber thing, fucking balls, and it was like I'd gone with like a lot of people that night. There was like 10 of us went, and like I looked down and this guy, did I tell that story earlier? About the guy. Did I tell that on the pod or was it off the pod when I was in? I know I'm having an outbreak here of some kind. About the guy that I met in St. George's Market that I thought I knew. I told that off it. In St. George's Market last night, this guy comes over, goes, Kieran, and I went, fuck me, mate, haven't seen. Hugged him, and he goes, can I get a photo? And I went, you're not that guy I thought you were. I thought it was the guy I was in a band with years ago. I mean, he looked exactly like him. And I went, and I actually said to him, I thought I hadn't seen you in years, and now I realise I still haven't, which was mental. But so I totally got over emotional with this guy. But that guy who I thought he was, I remember like looking down the row of people I was with, and he was like second from the end there, and I was like the end up here, and I look down, and he looks up, and I go, right, I whip my phone out, do a wee text and go, is this balls in it? And he was like, aye. And I said, fancy a pint? And he goes, aye. And we get up, nobody else and everybody else is looking at us going, and we get up, and we were in the Odyssey, and we went to that, do you remember that bar, Rockies, that fucking... a weird sports bar thing.
Like American
we went in there, mate. And by the time we were only about half an hour into it, it was fucking shite. And it was like 2 hours long or whatever. By the time other people came out and were like, we'll go for a pint, me and him were like, we'll go for a fucking Chinese or a dance. Do you want a dance or a Chinese? Two of us were fucking absolutely wrecked. I loved that. Like, he was a brilliant cinema guy to go with, because I remember when we were at uni, me and him used to, mate, he took a pizza in the cinema one day. I loved it. This guy was skinny, but ate like a fucking horse, right? And I used to appreciate that about him, like, but he would because he would do fat boy things though, like take a pizza in the cinema. So like he did that, or he used to take drinking with him and order like a Coke and slug a load of it and then fucking vodka his Coke, like, and he's just singing wrecked in the middle of it. 250 on
There was
Tuesdays.
a guy we went in and we went watched that Harry Styles film. I don't even know what it's called. It was just fucking weird. But some fella came in on his own, full scale fucking Indian. He was an Indian guy, like, but he came in and you want to smell the fucking. It was making me hungry. I was like, fuck. And I was eating these wee hot nuts. And I was like, fuck. And he just sat there in the end of the road by himself. No one, by himself. Came to the cinema by himself and just sat. Eating an Indian with a fucking, like, a wee plastic fork, a wee plastic knife. And just, like, what the fuck? That's such a good idea. Like, imagine, like, you have, like, a wife, kids all in the house going mad, and they're just like, I'm going to go to work here, or I'm going to go do something, and he probably could be a taxi man.
I'm going to go do a shift here. He's going to do a take in the next time.
That's a good wee relaxing time. You just do, like, that's doing the dirt on your missus without telling her you're doing the dirt, like, that's a good. That's like when everyone's I'd like to fucking go and spar here at 8:30 tonight. Fuck, who's fuck spars at 8:30? I know it's a nightmare.
I'm fighting this guy's name's Martin Scorsese.
Scorsese, I did that. But I'm a stupid cunt. I would trip myself up. I'd be like, do I really want? What? Fuck, I was going to say something. That's alright. We need to go and watch this film.
Yeah. I would be daft because I'd come home and there'd just be like half an onion bhaji on me. I used to love that. What do you call it? The Smuggle King. Now that is something I've done a lot. Like where you would go to it's good in Yorkgate. You go to Burger King, smuggle that in with you into the cinema. It's a great time. You know, or else
big
the
burger hanging out your pocket.
And the what do you call it?
Chips
Into the what do you call it as well? Into the Poundland. Just fucking go in. Fuck paying £6 for your M&Ms. I hate that.
Well, no, not eating nothing. A big bag full of fucking munchies. I get her bring her handbag in. She doesn't use a handbag. Like, Sean, I was like, bring a handbag.
Standing in with a fucking SAS Bergen on your back, just fucking filled with Mawams. Like, I used to love. I used to love that fucking. I used to love going to Lidl, and I haven't been in a while, because I'm not allowed. Like, I'm not allowed in there. see, they do bags of like wee fake Snickers. And bags of wee fake Mars bars, mate. In my ma's house, there used to be a wee tin, and every now and again she would just stock that up, fake bounties and all. Oh, mate, I'm not allowed. I am not allowed it. It was class.
My ma's bad now. We weren't really bad, but my ma's house was ridiculous now. I got this stage, even like with sweets and juice and chocolate and fucking. We've all moved out, most of us did, but. It's ridiculous. Like when I bring my chain up, it's just sweetie sent on. I'd be fucking having if I was a kid.
I know what you mean, but it's like they go fucking happen.
But my older brother Liam, he moved back. I moved back. Sinead, my other sister, we were all in the house at one stage, and the fucking sweets were going. I guess chocolate was going. I guess I was like, what the fuck? So I got this stage where. My brother was stoned out, right? And he was around his mate's house, and he was on his stone. He's like, Sean, get a wee cup of tea, we've burned a toast, a couple of biscuits, man. I was like, let's go. When he stuck the kettle on and all, stuck the toast on. I put around the toast on, opened the cupboard, there was always bars of chocolate in our cupboards for a cup of tea, and there was none. I was like, there's no chocolate here. He's like, no way, there has to be chocolate. And he was chatting to the door. He's like, no way, there's no chocolate. I was like, fuck me. You must have had all around here. And he was like, I fucking haven't had anything. So I was going, it's strange. There's no chocolate. So our Liam went, no what, fuck it, stoned out. He's like, I don't even want toast and tea. And there was no chocolate, I want toast and tea. So I just had the toast. Hey, well, I'm going to make myself bowl of cereal. Pulls out a bowl of fucking crunchy nut. Kellogg's crunchy nut. Wee bowl, gets some milk, and I goes like that. And a full bag of fucking Snickers and Mars bars and things. Pulls out. My mouth kill me for saying this, by the way. Who's like, this wee bowl, like fucking Curly's bag, falls out full of fucking chocolate. Oh, there you go, Sean, stick a kettle on and burn it. My ma stashed the chocolate because it was all getting that. Because we had all moved back there.
That's fucking good.
So my sister moved back, I moved back, everyone was back in the house, and the chocolate was going my back and fed up bad chocolate we were all eating. She fucking stashed all the good chocolate in the fucking Crunchy Nuts box because no one was eating cereal. And Arlene decided to go and eat it one
That's
night because he was
fucking
stoned
epic.
out. Fuck me.
Oh,
And then
mate.
she came home from bingo at night. We were all sitting there. I was like, "You're fucking well." And she was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "You fucking had all the chocolate." I was like, "I never had any." Me, Mommy, you had the fucking chocolate and a cornflakes box or something in the kitchen. She was like, "What are you on about?" No, I didn't. And then she started getting all the fats out and she was scundered. And I was like, "You fucking had all the chocolate in the cornflakes box. Did we fair it?" She was like, "No, I didn't." And then she started getting all scundered. I was like, "You fucking did. We fair it. We know you done it." She was like, "Shut up." She did like, you're all greedy bastards.
You know when it gets to the
None
shut
of
up
his pay
stage.
housekeeping. None of his pay housekeep. You're a greedy bastard to me. I can't believe it.
That's fucking
She's still to a stage. She gets sick about it. She's like, when there's no chocolate, I go, I check a cornflakes box. I goes, "You better shut up." Fucking brilliant. Oh,
man,
fuck
that's
my
epic.
Miles and Match podcast. I wasn't told that story. She'll
Oh.
not my fucking.
Clip this December, lads. That's what we'll do. Mate, listen, thanks very much for coming in. When's your fight?
2nd of December.
Epic, right?
SSC Arena.
Unbelievable. That's gonna be fucking great. Well, good luck with the fight, and
lad. Thank you.
thanks for coming in. It's been fucking class. Cheers.
Cheers, lad.
See you
Magic.
soon, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye. Oh, no.